How to swing the club faster? That is a question I get so many times every single week. Whether you're 50 years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, we all want to swing the club faster and hit it longer, even if we're getting older. There are a few things that we've talked about in other videos, but I'm going to give you one main thing today. A couple of little extra bonus reminders, but there's one thing that I know most of you completely ignore, but it is going to give you instinctive and natural instant speed without any extra complicated effort. One of the things that most people overlook when it comes to the senses when we're trying to figure out golf, there's obviously the body and what we're feeling. There's obviously the eyes and what we're seeing and looking at. What about the ears? What can they do? What benefit could they possibly have to give us more swing speed? Well, the funny thing is, when you hear a fast swing, you know it. And it's almost sometimes, I've done it when I've tried to launch one on a big par 5. And I know like my playing partners will comment because I'm sort of doing extra oomph, as it were. Not necessarily force, but the only thing I'm trying to do is get more sound of that speed and velocity. And what I'm on about? It's when we're down at the ball here. We want to have as much speed through this area, just before and through. And the thing is, it makes such a different sound when you accelerate in the right place. And you can sort of train yourself a little bit to hear it. If you've got an alignment stick, that's superb. But what we're doing is, we're trying to hear this sound. I'm not trying to do anything complicated with the swing. The only objective I want you to have is to make more sound right here, right by the ball, to make more sound there. However you want to do it. I don't care right now. I don't care how you try and make more sound. But make a swing. What did that feel like? What does it feel like if you move the hands a bit faster? What does it feel like if you rotate the body a bit faster? What's giving the audible sound and velocity? I hope you can hear that a little bit when we're recording. It's very windy out. I hope this is picking it up. But it doesn't just mean that you do it with a driver. And the other thing is, let's say you're practicing with a wedge here or something like that. The only sort of two tasks. We're going to choose our target, but the only thing I'm going to do is be aware, just being aware of what does this sound like as I make a swing. What did that sound like when I made that? Did that feel like I accelerated, or did it sound like, haha, I got to catch myself there? What did it sound like? Did I hear? Was I even aware of the sound? Let me ask you this. Have you ever really listened to the sound of the club, of the friction of the air against the club face, of the shaft, and of the strike? Is that a measure that you've gone by at all? If you haven't, it's time to try. But if you have, let me know below. One of the benefits when we're not thinking about technique so much and just trying to listen to something, it creates a bit more stress-free environment, stress-free swinging. We're just thinking, okay, what does it sound like at the bottom here? I'm not thinking about any complicated technique. But if I want to get even just with a pitching wedge like that, if I want to get a bit more distance out of it, what do I need to do? All right, I'm just going to try and make a slightly louder sound. That's all I'm going to try and do, a slightly louder sound as I go back. Just trying to make a slightly louder sound. Very easy. And what you can do is train yourself with irons or whatever it might be and make those swings. Even in a practice swing, okay, I can hear that. That feels pretty good. Now I want to try and get a little bit more sound. Okay, what do I need to do to get and garnish more speed? And here's where we can go into sort of a technical little thing. More often than not, you're going to benefit from having a firm grip but supple wrists. Just having that extra bit of momentum with the wrists is going to give us that whip through the ball. But this is where I want you to hear and sound and listen for the sound. Does having a bit more supple wrists give you a bit more whip through it? Is that garnishing a bit more speed without any real extra effort? For most of you, I wager it will. Okay, and that's how we practice. But just by listening to these sounds, we can make some good golf swings and get the speed that we want. And as you get better and more comfortable with listening to it, try some shots where you're even just making some practice swings. How loud can you make it through this hitting area? How loud can you make it? All right. That was pretty loud. Can I go louder? I don't want you to give yourself a hernia or anything, but what do you need to do to get a louder sound? Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but that's the idea. If I'm thinking too much about swing positions or worried about where this slice is going to go, I would tell you that it's going to be much harder for me to make a golf swing that has speed if I'm thinking about what my body's doing. Just let go for a minute. Just let go and listen. That's the lesson. That's it. The only things you need to think about is how, testing what's going to work for you to get more sound. You might have to rotate a little bit more. Most of you will probably have to extend the hands and release this way and commit to there, to snap the hands straight, okay? That's going to give you more sound through the hitting area. You do that, you're going to swing faster. You do that, you're going to swing faster with less effort, okay? So that's it. Try it. Listen. So there you have it. A really stupid, easy, simple lesson, but hopefully something a little bit different for you to be aware of next time you're out on the practice range or swinging at home or on the golf course. Just focus on your target, listen to the sound, and get better at being more aware of what works for you to give you the more distance or speed and swing faster, okay? If you enjoyed that, let me know, and I will see you next time.